the mysterious touch that catapults ideas into riches and abundance. There is a mysterious power in the universe that, when released, will catapult your golden ideas into riches and abundance. I have named this power the golden Midas touch, after the fable of an ancient king named Midas, who loved gold and whose only desire was in gaining more gold. In the fable, King Midas pleased one of the ancient Greek gods, and in return for this, Midas was given the fulfillment of any wish he desired. The king instantly asked that everything he touched would turn into gold. The favor was granted, and Midas proceeded to put the golden touch into action. He went into his dining room and touched the chairs at the table. They turned into gold. He then touched the silverware, and it turned into gold. Delighted that the golden touch worked, he took a mouthful of food. The moment the food touched his lips, it turned into gold. Now, a little nervous about his golden touch, he took a glassful of water, and as he was about to drink it, the water and crystal goblet turned into gold. The king suddenly realized what was happening. As he sat down to ponder this problem, his pet dog jumped into his lap, and it too turned into solid gold. Finally, his young daughter ran into the room and threw her arms around his neck, and she too turned into a gold statue. At that moment, the king realized the golden touch had turned into a golden curse, and he begged the gods to take back this gift. You can use the golden touch with wisdom, and it will work. The golden touch principle can be used without fearing the curse of an overabundance of riches. If you learn to use the golden substance of wealth wisely and for good purposes, money will bless your life and enrich you in every way, without making you suffer or become greedy or monopolistic. Gold is the symbol of all that is valuable and worthwhile. The reason the price of gold soared to such heights was because it is a scarce metal. As people lose faith in paper money that is printed by the billions, they turn to hoarding gold because throughout the centuries it has represented stability and wealth. Use mental alchemy to turn life experiences into glittering gold. As the idea of value expands through your consciousness, you can invoke the golden touch that will turn your life experiences into the glittering gold of reality. This prosperity magic works through a well-known universal law, known as the law of transmutation, or as I have called it, mental alchemy. Alchemists in ancient days tried to turn base metal into gold, but they failed because they did not have the technical knowledge needed to perform this miracle. However, you can use this mysterious touch to catapult your golden ideas into riches and abundance if you follow these instructions. Your own miraculous mental alchemy works for you day and night to transmute your ideas into the true gold of life. The wonderful things you can do with the golden Midas touch. Here are some of the wonderful things you can do with the golden Midas touch of mental alchemy. 1. Turn poverty into riches and abundance, so you will never again be in want. 2. Transmute sickness into radiant health and energy. This mysterious magic touch heals you, reaches out and blesses the cells of your body with life energy and vitality, and keeps you healthy to a ripe old age. 3. Turn enmity into friendship by releasing the mental alchemy of kindness, sympathy, and consideration, and banishing the forces of hatred and selfishness from your consciousness. 4. Transmute the forces of loneliness and hatred into the pure gold of love and social reciprocity, so that you can find your true soulmate and happiness. 5. Turn misery and discontent into happiness and fulfillment through the alchemy of positive thinking. 6. Transmute ugliness into radiant beauty by transforming your mental images into pictures of splendor and magnificence. Sprinkle the magic of stardust and moonbeams over harsh reality, and soften the outlines of life with a shimmering veil of translucent beauty. Learn what the true gold of life is, then you will achieve it. The true gold of life is more than money and the things it can buy. Gold as a spiritual symbol applies to the riches of the mind and spirit, as well as to the pocketbook and bank account. You can live in a mental palace furnished with magnificent treasures of art, music, poetry, and literature, and be richer than Midas with all his gold. You can know peace of mind and contentment with your family, children, and friends, and enjoy a spiritual gold that cannot be taken from you. A Shah with all his billions of dollars and palaces and material possessions may not have your contentment and satisfaction in life. 3. Health. Forces of hatred and banishment from his native land make him poorer than the most deprived person in the world. Your mental palace can be a haven, a refuge in times of storm and stress. It is within your power to accumulate the golden nuggets given to the world by the great geniuses of history in every form of creative endeavor. By storing these golden treasures in your mental palace, you can have satisfaction and solace in times of outer confusion and chaos. Great ideas have produced the world's greatest riches. If you look into the fields of science, invention, industry, politics, and medicine, you will find that great ideas have always produced the world's greatest riches. The progress of civilization can be measured in terms of the creative energy released through man's intellect. The wheel has been called one of man's greatest inventions. It helped release man from back-breaking labor that made him a beast of burden. Seeing a rolling stone gather momentum as it rolled down a hill triggered the creative imagination of some primitive person. The idea of a wheel on a cart was mentally projected, and at that moment, civilization received a forward thrust that made possible many other miracles. A rich consciousness gives you a rich life. Creative imagination can be harnessed to give you a rich life immediately. Use the golden Midas touch to turn your ideas into the true gold of life and see results right away. You do not actually require $1 million to live like a millionaire. A sense of value enriches your consciousness and transmutes your present life experiences into the glittering gold of life. What are the most important things in life? Certainly not money, for you cannot eat or drink money, and it is not a suitable companion if you are lonely and want to be loved. An understanding of what is truly valuable and what is not prepares you for this mysterious touch that can catapult your ideas into riches and abundance. After a rich consciousness is built with these valuable elements, you can then build a fortune and never again feel deprived of anything in life. The richest man in the world gave this formula for true riches. At a glamorous party in Beverly Hills, I met the son of one of the richest men in the world, Ali Khan. Ali Khan, the son of Aga Khan, was married to Rita Hayworth, who was then one of Hollywood's most famous and glamorous stars. After the guests had gone home, Ali Khan talked about life in general and told me this story. He said that when he was only 12 years of age, his father, the Aga Khan, spiritual ruler of millions of Muslims, took him into his study and said, "One day, my son, you will be one of the world's richest men. I want you to know the true values in life so you will never be corrupted by money and power." The Aga Khan went on to tell his son that there were greater riches in life that he was to cherish more than money. He listed these as follows: the riches of peace of mind and peace of soul, the blessing of good health and vital energy, the joy of true friends who share in life's pleasures, the glory of sincere love and a family of loving children, the beauty and inspiration of nature in all its glory, the mystery and wonder of God and the soul's future immortality. These, my son, the Aga Khan said, are the true riches of life that can bring you the joy and fulfillment that gold and silver, precious jewels and palaces cannot. Always remember this, and your great fortune will never become a burden that keeps you from knowing the true riches of life. How to use the golden Midas touch to turn your ideas into riches and abundance. 1. Sit quietly in meditation for at least 1 hour and think of all the wonderful things you want to obtain in life. Write these down on a piece of paper on which you have written, "My cosmic blueprint of destiny." List the many things that you really desire, including good health, peace of mind, love, happiness, a home of your own business, an income of $50,000 or more a year, gifts and talents, and anything else that you feel would enrich your life and bring you fulfillment. 2. After you have dwelt on all of the things you desire in life, look at this paper each day when you arise in the morning and then read it again before you go to bed at night. 3. Concentrate each day for at least 15 minutes on the value of money and the things that money can do for you. See money not only as a material object, but also in terms of ideas, labor, time, and spiritual energy that can be converted into substance. Think of the fruits, vegetables, and products of earth, such as lumber, coal, oil, gold, silver, uranium, pearls in the ocean, and all other good things that are produced by nature, to bless you and keep you in comfort and security. Mentally claim all the treasures of the universe as your own. 4. Mentally claim all of these products of nature as your very own to use and enjoy throughout your entire life. Money is only a man-made symbol of the riches that God has created for all mankind. This idea helps you overcome the mental blind spot that most people have about money. It frees you from the necessity of thinking you need $1 million to have life's worthwhile possessions. 5. Remove from your mind the thought that money is evil and that its possession is sinister and degrading. The Bible does not say that money is evil. It says, "The love of money is the root of all evil." A miser with $500,000 found starving on the streets. A person can be rich and yet live a life that is worse than that of the poorest person. A woman found starving to death on the streets of New York was taken to a hospital and treated for malnutrition. After she died, the police went to her cheap, cold water flat and found a trunk with $500,000 in it. A miser loves money more than life itself. This can be a very destructive force. 6. Prime your mental pump with creative ideas that can be transformed into money or money equivalents. Each day, sit down and ask your subconscious mind to give you one idea for that day that can be used to bring you something of value. This may not always be in the form of cash. It can be a valuable gift, such as tickets for the theater, or a TV set that someone no longer needs, or a piano that someone does not want to move. Prosperity Miracle number 21. She demonstrated an upright piano. Frida R. had always wanted to own a piano so her 10-year-old daughter could take piano lessons, but she could not afford one. She used this priming principle each day for 1 week and asked her subconscious mind to show her how to obtain a piano. One day a friend told her of a woman who was moving from New York to Florida and did not want to pay to have an upright piano shipped. She was offering it to anyone who would pay for the cartage charges. Frida had her piano within a few days and did not have to spend a penny for it. 7. Each day remind yourself that time is money and can be converted into cash, so do not waste it. There are 8 hours for work, 8 hours for sleep, and 8 hours left over each day to enrich your consciousness with good books, fine music and poetry, and conversation with good friends. You have time to refine your personality, increase your sense of self-value, and enjoy nature, TV, radio, and other forms of entertainment that add to a balanced, rich life. Prosperity Miracle number 22. Seed Money's secret brought this man $2,500 the first year. When Fred T. learned about the seed money secret for increasing his money supply, he could hardly believe that it would work. He waited for a chance to test it. The chance came a week later when Fred contributed $10 to a fund for a friend's sick child. He later told me this amazing story of how this sum came back to him, multiplied tenfold. Fred and his wife bought a second-hand chest of drawers for their daughter's bedroom. His wife decided to take the paper out of the drawers and clean them. When she removed the papers from the top drawer, she found 10 crisp new $10 bills hidden beneath the paper. A week later, Fred's boss gave him a $10 a week raise in salary. Fred decided to increase his weekly tithing to his church from $5 to $10 a week. A short time later, he received a check for $550, a refund on his income taxes. Fred sent a birthday cake to a friend's 6-year-old child. The next week, he won $15 at the weekly church bingo game. He kept track of his seed money the first year, and it brought him a profit of $2,500. 8. Cultivate a healthy respect for money and use it intelligently. Keep a record of what you spend and be sure that you get your money's worth for every dollar spent. Conserving your money and investing it wisely is every bit as important as earning it. Check the consumer's report to see what are the best bargains for your money and buy quality goods that will last. Instead of wanting more things, use the objects that you have wisely and extend their life expectancy. In this way, save your money and build towards a future fortune. How you can become rich through the seed money principle. 9. Use the mystical seed money principle in your daily life. This is merely the idea that the more you give, the more you receive. Tithing is one way of doing this. Give a set amount of your income to your church or to some charitable cause that you believe in. For under this law of giving, you will receive more than you gave. If you cannot give money, give time to serve some worthy cause, such as working with child welfare agencies, the blind, orphans, veterans, handicapped and aged persons. All these expressions of concern for those less fortunate than yourself will motivate your subconscious mind with the inspiration to bring you blessings in life that are often worth more than mere money. Study the lives of great financiers and emulate their ideas. 10. Each day make it a point to learn one secret from the lives of great financiers of the past and present, to see how they built their fortunes. You can do this by studying their lives in money magazines like Fortune or Forbes, or reading books on their lives in the public library. Learn how the world's richest men thought and what they did to build their vast fortunes. Then strive to emulate their principles and ideas in your own efforts to build a fortune. Some rich people to study are Vanderbilt, Astor, Gould, Carnegie, Rockefeller, Getty, Ford, Morgenthau, Charles Schwab, Hearst, Baruch, Richard Whitney, who was once head of the New York Stock Exchange, but who lost a fortune because of errors in judgment. Learn from his mistakes. Doheny, Edison, and Sam Insull. Knowing how these great industrialists built their fortunes will benefit you with knowledge of the mistakes they made, so that you can avoid them in your own attempts to build a financial empire. Always bear in mind in your attempts to use the golden Midas touch to become rich, that you must be prepared to give something of great value to the world. Henry George said, "The ideal social state is not that in which each gets an equal amount of wealth, but in which each gets in proportion to his contribution to the general stock." Prosperity Magic Guidelines in Chapter 7. 1. The golden Midas touch can catapult your ideas into riches and abundance. Learn how to use it at once. 2. The great law of transmutation uses mental alchemy to turn your life experiences into the glittering gold of life. 3. Turn poverty into riches, hatred into love, and ugliness into radiant beauty by using this magical power. 4. The greatest riches in the world have been produced by great ideas. Tune in on this higher power to bring you wealth. 5. Learn the formula for true riches given by one of the world's richest men. 6. Learn how to use the golden Midas touch to turn your own ideas into riches and abundance. 7. Prime your mental money pump with creative ideas to bring you a steady flow of money. 8. Frida R. used this money pump to bring her a valuable piano she needed, although she did not have a cent. 9. Convert the golden hours of time into riches by utilizing them constructively each day to produce things of value. 10. Without any effort on his part, the seed money principle brought Fred T. $2,500 in extra cash the first year he used it. 11. Study the secrets behind the world's richest men and women to learn how you can convert your ideas into a golden stream of cash.